Oh, speaking of that, and talking about the Clippers, your boy Darius Garland won't be in the playoffs, so you don't have to watch his bum self
Thank
play.
goodness. Although I can't lie, he has been playing pretty good as
Yeah,
of
I
late.
think he had a good game last night. It was
He's
fine.
been he's been pretty good on the Clippers, I will say.
I think
Except
it's a
not
better,
good enough to win
it's a
in,
better
in the
fit.
play-in.
It's a better fit for him in the Clippers.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the KNC Sports Podcast. We're your hosts, Caden and Cooper, bringing you another episode for this week. And, we just finished up another good week of sports. The Masters is over. We have a back to back winner, Rory McIlroy. Congratulations. And then we have the NBA play in starting this week, of course, with the NBA playoffs starting this weekend. So let's go ahead and get right into it, man. So, Rory McIlroy wins back-to-back Masters after almost choking this weekend. Six-stroke lead heading into Saturday, but hey, he got the job done. So, congrats to Roy.
Yeah, and almost doesn't count.
Yeah,
Almost choking
almost.
doesn't count. I really did think I was hoping that Scotty could pull it out, and he
Yeah,
almost. Well, I know I just said almost doesn't count, but he did miss that putt towards the end. That was this close to going in, which would have tied it. But hey, being down as much as Scotty was, and even being in a position to finish in second is kind of crazy. Cameron Young was up there in first for a while too, and then he had a couple of bogeys there in the later rounds that kind of in the middle, not the later, that kind of just sold him his day. But it was still fun to watch him. For a while, I was like, oh, is he gonna win it? Is he gonna pull it off? And I like Cameron Young a lot. He preaches his faith about Jesus and stuff like that. So I mess with that heavy.
I
And
really.
he's a great golfer.
Yeah, he had a good weekend. And we both had our boy DeChambeau thinking that we could go far, and then I saw,
He
and
didn't
that
even make the
that
cut.
didn't even make the cut, dude. I saw the bunker shots he was hitting on that Friday, and I was like, boy. I'm like, oh
Dude,
boy.
he barely missed the cutoff. And what did he have on the last hole? Like a triple bogey
Yeah,
or
at least a
something like
triple.
that?
Mm-hmm.
Like, dude, you could tell the pressure was getting to like he has nerves. And I think it's because he left and then came back, so I think he's still kind of in his head about the whole, oh, what are the fans going to think of me? There's so much pressure for me coming back and all this, and he just gets inside of his own head. And I think that messed with him a little bit. But we still love him.
Yeah,
Loves. I mean, I don't have anything against the guy. I don't blame him for leaving, like most people do, personally.
yeah. He has a great following, of course, as we know on his YouTube channel with all the challenges he does with celebrities and everything. He's a great. I enjoy him. He's very young, and I really wanted to see him put on that green jacket one year, but this weekend was just a little
Maybe one
hiccup.
day.
Maybe one day,
What's his
but
best? What, like sixth?
yeah,
I think.
I think because I know he did good the past 2 years when he was doing it.
Yeah.
Um, Scotty, as you mentioned, came in close on second. He was actually having a little downfall on Friday, in the second round, but on Saturday he
Six
kind of
shot comeback is kind of
is
crazy.
pretty.
Not that he's the GOAT, man. Like, I don't doubt him for being able to do it, but that is pretty crazy. The fact that
Yeah.
he was able to do that. He didn't, uh, he didn't bogey at all.
Oh yeah, no. He
Or
he was the first golfer since the 1960s or 70s, I want to say, that went the final two rounds without bogeying
Yeah, which
at
is
all.
crazy. It's unbelievable.
He's not the number one. You don't call him the number one golfer in the country for a reason. So,
Yep, agreed. And just
so
because you don't win the Masters doesn't mean
yeah,
you're not still the best golfer in the world. Because I think he's still probably better, to be honest, than Rory.
yeah.
I do like Rory. You know, uh, I I I love that. He's all for his daughter and all that. I thought that was cool getting to
Mm-hmm.
see that. But when he's winning, he's okay. But when he starts losing and his attitude, that's what I don't like. And sometimes I'm just kind of like, I don't like it. And I know maybe he's not trying to come off as disrespectful, but it definitely seems like he can come off as disrespectful and like a jerk sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And he definitely has attitude issues,
No.
especially when he It's losing.
We've seen it before.
So that's why sometimes I'm a little bit like, chill out, dude.
I mean, shoot, we see it at the Ryder Cup with the fans are nicking at him when it's country versus country. He's over
Mm.
here like, guys, shut up, and then just smokes an absolute dimer on the course. But I like how
Yeah, I
people
mean,
just get into it.
overall, I like him, but
Yeah,
sometimes I'm just like, dude,
yeah.
come on, man.
So with that win, that cements his legacy as the fourth golfer to go back to back, joining the big names like Jack Nicklaus,
Tiger
Tiger
Woods.
Woods.
The
I
first
just
one since Tiger Woods
first
in
one
what, oh five,
since
oh six, I think. Or, yeah.
yeah, it was in the early 2000s. Who was I literally looked at the other names. It was Nicklaus, Tiger Woods. I think it was back. It's four of them. I just had it pulled up. Yeah, Nick
Well,
Faldo,
either way, it's a
Tiger
very
Woods.
small group of people.
Yeah, it's not
So,
very big.
congratulations to Roy for doing that. It is
Yeah,
impressive. No doubt whether I like his attitude sometimes or not, he is an exceptional golfer. He's good at what he
absolutely.
does. He's a professional for a reason.
And he also has a
And
Grand Slam on his career. That's something a lot of golfers haven't done in their career either. So, props to that.
for sure.
But yeah, Roy will give you your flowers. Good job on a great weekend. But we'll see how who takes the gold or takes the green jacket next year.
Yeah. For
Overall,
a
good
while
weekend.
there, Justin Rose was looking pretty good. It was
Oh
looking
yeah,
like he might be able to pull it off. And then he kind of just
he kind of
hit
hit,
his peak, I guess, and just kind of
kind of
folded
leaves.
under pressure.
Yeah, like how most of these NBA guys are about to do in the playoffs, maybe. But anyway, uh, speaking of the playoffs, so we're done with that. The Masters good weekend, but now we get into the big stuff. As we know, the play-in started this week, and then we had two uh, great games. There was four in total. One was the Hornets outlasting the Heat in a very tight, close game. And then the Warriors beating the Clippers last night in a very defensive showdown towards the end. Curry with 35, Al Horford going off, Porzingis doing his thing, and Draymond was held Kawhi in the second half to 2 points on a 1 for 7 field goal when he was the closest defender. So overall, what was your take on the first 2 days of the playing game? Even though we have one day tomorrow.
I didn't get to watch much of it because I kind of been at work, but I did catch the end of Portland and Phoenix the other night, and that was pretty fun to watch.
Crash and
That was
burn.
crazy. I will say it did look like Jalen Green got fouled on his game-winning three-point attempt. I think he should have gotten three free throws. But at the same time, if you're Phoenix, don't blow a double-digit lead with
Yeah.
5 minutes left in the game. Like, you went on an 18 to whatever it was, 18 to 3 run to come back and go up by 10 points, and then you just folded under pressure. And it's not even like Portland played super great, like, because they didn't. You guys just folded under your own bad shot making, bad decision making, some turnovers costly, and then Diddy Advia just went down and did his thing and sealed the game for him.
Classic Phoenix Suns. I remember a few years ago when we played them in the 7 game series. But I would say overall it's a good week. We still have the two more tomorrow to determine the 7 and 8 seeds. No, yes, no, the 8 seeds for the
Yeah,
play. Yeah,
no, it's
Warriors.
yeah.
It's Warriors and Phoenix and Charlotte and Orlando. I'm taking Charlotte automatically, especially with
I think
after
Charlotte will win
because
too.
after
Orlando
Orlando.
doesn't look good.
No,
Like
especially
we talked about earlier in the season, Paolo, trash. He was horrible. He was not good at all. Desmond Bain was good. Desmond Bain was
Desmond
cooking,
Bain has
man.
been looking good.
But Paolo Banchero, you gotta step it up, man. Gots to. If you want to win, go out and perform to drop 40, man. You can't sit there on 5 of 22 or 7 of 22 shooting with however many points. That's not going to
No,
cut it. You got to be the number one guy. You're not a role player, dude.
no,
Heck,
exactly.
Jalen Green scored 35 points. You should be better than Jalen Green. But yeah, Orlando has not looked good, and I'm gonna be honest. I hope Orlando loses because if they lose, Memphis gets another lottery pick. Well, Phoenix or Orlando, whoever
Hmm.
loses, we get a lottery pick. So I'm happy with either one losing, to be completely honest, because this is a stacked draft.
Oh, absolutely. I think the Clippers missed out on that too because they lost now, so the Thunder
Yeah,
get that lottery pick.
yeah. It's another Thunder have a freaking lottery pick in the stacked draft class. I don't like that. Yeah, but the Clippers definitely folded.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize this. The Warriors won 37 games and have a chance to make the playoffs.
Yeah, and I think they're under. Yeah,
That's crazy. Yeah, they're under 500 by
100.
a good bit, by five
Hmm.
games. That's wild to me.
Yeah, and what it's kind of, and I'm not, of course, props to the Warriors, freaking Steph Curry. I mean, when have we not seen this kind of performance before? But it's kind of disappointing for the Clippers more in the sense is how I look at it because Kawhi Leonard is probably coming off one of his best seasons in a very long time, especially with being injured every single season.
Averaging a career high in your 14th NBA season is definitely crazy.
Yeah,
Props to Kawhi.
props to Kawhi. And my thing about it is like, how much can they keep this up? How much is Steve Ballmer's going to keep up this whole Kawhi Leonard thing? Because like since 2019, we thought it was going to work with PG and Kawhi. It obviously didn't work. They blew 3-1 against Denver Nuggets. And my thing about it is like the Kawhi tender in the Clippers is eventually it will probably come to an end because I can't keep up with watching these first round exits and playing losses. It's just like, dude, either give Kawhi more help or let him go because I don't know what Steve Ballmer's plan is. I don't. I mean, Stephen A. Smith is over here on First Take talking about one of the worst superstars he probably right now in this generation. It's just like, no, but the Clippers have a Kawhi issue. That's how I look at it.
I don't think you'll be able to trade him for much, so either let him play out his contract or let him play until he retires at this point. I don't
Yeah,
know how many more seasons he wants to play. He seems like the kind of person that might hang it up within the next 2 seasons, 3 seasons.
and it's not like his two titles were definitely meaningful. I mean, of course, the one he brought to Toronto in
Oh
2019,
yeah,
absolutely. We're not going to deny that.
I love Kawhi.
Yeah, he's just a fun guy.
Fun is that's certainly a word choice.
Yeah. Well, that's what the whole Kawhi laugh thing in 2019 was hilarious. So that's how I look at it. But
Yeah. So if you're the Clippers now, you're basically rooting for Indiana to not get that top four pick.
yeah,
Because if they get a top four pick, they keep the pick. But anywhere was it 5 through 10?
5 through 10.
If it
Yeah,
falls through 5 through 10, then you get the Clippers get that pick. So
yeah. That's still a little too confusing. But I'm still kind of figuring out. I'm sure as you are, but in the end, it's stupid still. But so how do with Golden State and Phoenix playing tomorrow? If Golden State wins, how do you feel about a potential Thunder and Golden State matchup in the first round?
I feel terrible about it. I mean, let's be real. OKC's sweeping them in four, and it won't be close either. They're going to
No.
get dominated. I don't think Phoenix will win. I don't think Phoenix would win either. I think Phoenix probably will beat Golden State, and I think Phoenix also probably loses in four, or no, maybe five. But I think OKC is better than both those teams by a large margin. I don't think either team will be able to compete.
Yeah. My thing with the Warriors is just their guard play. Like I just this doesn't feel like a complete team. Like yeah,
It's
Porzingis is
not.
yes, Porzingis is back. Yes, Al Horford's here, Draymond, but it's like this team is not they're under 500 for a reason. And that one reason is and they got Steph Curry pretty much only to save them right now in the playoffs. And when if he's not having a good night, then they're all not going to have a good night. But either way, when he's out on the floor, they still dominate. But I don't see this going as far as 4 or 5, maybe if Golden State does win and take on OKC. It's just, yeah, like you said, it's just not in their favor at all. Um, how about what about Nuggets and Timberwolves? I know that's the series we were talking about last episode. It's
That'll be fun, and we're gonna get blessed with cinema in the first round. I think it goes 7.
Okay,
I
it has to.
I don't know who. I think Denver can probably pull it out. I was kind of thinking leaning towards Minnesota for a while, but I don't know. Minnesota doesn't seem
They also have injuries.
100%. They're
Yeah.
dealing with injuries and stuff. But I mean, I love it. We've seen it multiple times in the past few years now with Ant-Man versus Jokic. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited to watch it. I do think it goes 7, and I think either team really is capable of winning it. We'll just see who gets the better of the other one.
Yeah, and like we said last time, the last time these two went up against each other, we had a great series in Game Seven. So this definitely will be another masterpiece. I think I texted you the other day. I said if the Rockets beat the Lakers, which they should, we and the Thunder win their first round matchup, we'll get a KD versus Oklahoma second round, which that's something I will look forward to in the second round.
Yeah, I also think that OKC probably handles the Rockets pretty easily too, though,
Yeah,
to be honest.
my theme with the Thunder, of course, is that they're just too deep and they've been just been too spectacular all season.
Yeah, and Houston's just inconsistent. You never know who's going to show up or if the team will show up at all.
And are they going to hold a lead? You know,
Yeah, exactly. I think Houston's capable of winning like 2 or 3 games. I think it might go 6 at most, probably. I don't see it going to a game 7. Um, but I could see OKC dropping a game or two against Houston.
the road does get tougher as it goes down the weird the rounds.
Yeah, Houston's not a fun place to play in either.
No, the Toyota Center gets pretty wild. We've seen that before in the past. And that we also could get a potential in the second round Nuggets and Spurs, two MVP
That'll be
candidates.
fun.
That would be a good series.
I that could go 7 games, I fear as well. Not fear, feel as well. I want to say that the Spurs can pull it off, though. I think the Spurs are that good, though. I mean, I'm sure you'll probably have some of those younger guys get exposed in the playoffs, but I still think the Spurs are so talented and elite in so many categories. I think that the Spurs can probably beat them. But I wouldn't be shocked if it goes 7, and I wouldn't be shocked if Denver wins either. Denver has the experience. And I don't know how good of a coach Mitch Johnson is yet either.
yeah, yeah, me saying that the Nuggets were my dark horse is kind of an overstatement for saying that last episode because they really are a top contender for the championship this year. Like, don't count them out. They're the Denver Nuggets. They've been in the spot before. If they play the Spurs, it will definitely be a clash with the Titans with Jokic and Wemby. We saw it, what, a couple weeks ago, where Denver pulled it off in that overtime game. So we know
Yep.
what both teams are capable of. Um, but I would just it, the Spurs been the best team closing out the NBA season, and so with their young guys, it's kind of like what you said. I do see some of them getting exposed, but I do think that they keep their cool together and realize, hey, this is the big moment now. This is what we live for now.
Yeah. I don't
Oh,
know. You can't ever count out Denver and Jokic, though. They're going to go
no,
out there
absolutely
and
not.
compete.
Especially for a guy that doesn't care and just throws up the basketball and hits everything. I mean, they're just fun to watch.
Yeah. But I think Wemby in the playoffs is scary if he's fully healthy. That man is locked. That man is going to dominate.
I think he'll do good against Portland. I think that series goes to five. But if we're being generous, but I don't know. It could be.
Yeah, I think Portland could probably get a game.
Let's see. I think Denny Avi will obviously go off like crazy. I mean, he's just been too
Yeah,
good for
but
Portland this year. But
you can't. Drew Holiday looked really good too.
yeah, that's what I was going to mention
I thought
too.
that man was washed. I spoke too soon.
I thought he was getting there too because I was watching the game a little bit the other night. I was like, man, I forgot they moved this man to Portland and two-time NBA champion.
Right? I didn't hear anything about him all season hardly.
and then in that game with
I saw him
Portland.
hit a couple threes in this game. And I was like, oh, that's right. He
That's
still
right.
plays basketball.
He's still good. Two-time NBA champion for nothing. So excuse me, but yeah. Let's go to the East because we're kind of hanging out in the West. But let's go out to East. I guess one of my big stories heading into that is I want to say Cleveland because
I love Cleveland, man. But they're just so inconsistent.
them in New
You
York,
never
dude.
know which version of Cleveland's going to show up.
Yeah,
Ever.
ever. And it's like, who do they have? James Harden. And it's like, I think you mentioned it previously or somebody else, but I'm sure you did mention it. It's like James Harden is there, and we know how he is in the playoffs with closeout games. He's not very consistent, but it's like you said, he doesn't have to be the guy to close it out because,
Yeah, he doesn't need to. He just needs to help facilitate the offense. Because Donovan Mitchell can be that guy.
yeah. And they'll need their key pieces to be healthy, like Jared, like Evan. Who else is on there? Of course,
Jordan Tyson.
Jordan Tyson.
He's been very good this season.
So we we've seen how they have been in the playoffs. Last year they were the one seed because of injuries. They dropped to the very tough Indiana Pacers team. So I just want to see like I had them winning their first round matchup against the Hawk. Oh no, who are they playing?
Well, what is Cleveland right
Who
now?
is
The three
Cleveland?
seed or the fourth seed?
They're the third
If they're
seed.
the fourth or the third seed,
Yes.
so they would play whoever six is. Who's six?
Six. I got all my stuff sidetracked.
I don't know. Because so does that mean New York is four?
Yeah, New York is four. They're playing the Hawks.
Hawks are five. Who are we missing?
Don't do that. Who are we? Oh, the Raptors, Toronto.
Oh yeah.
How dare we?
I don't know. That could go seven. Toronto's still kind of getting a feel for it. Emmanuel quickly's hurt
Yeah,
again.
that
Shocker. Not surprised there.
I was
But Toronto's not a bad team.
no. Now that we know who they're going up against, I think Toronto can give it to Cleveland. That's a fair. Oh,
I
I'm
think
so.
so too.
So I guess New York did keep the third seed. Yeah, I was wrong.
Oh,
I thought Cleveland.
so Cleveland plays Atlanta.
No, no. So Cleveland will play Toronto. Yeah, and then Knicks and
What?
Hawks. Yeah, because I thought no, no. I thought they were the third
So
seed. So
Cleveland is the three seed.
Cleveland's the fourth seed. They will play Toronto as the fifth seed.
Toronto's the fifth seed,
Yeah. New York's
and
the third.
Atlanta's the sixth seed.
Yeah,
Okay.
because I was confused. I really
I
thought
think
I really thought Cleveland had the third seed. I don't know why. Something just
that didn't sound right to me, but I think Cleveland probably will. Ooh, I don't know. I kind of want to. Something makes me want to take Toronto, even though I love Cleveland. That's kind of who I want to pull for in the East. Them in Detroit,
mm-hmm.
but there's just something about this Raptors team that I'm kind of like. But the consistency, oh, I don't know. Kenny Atkinson is a good coach. He'll probably find a way to pull it out. Either way, I think it probably will go seven. I think either team could win.
4 or 5
I
matchups
think
are tight too. It's kind of like March
I
Madness.
think New York will probably beat Atlanta in like six, if even. I don't think Atlanta's really that great. I just think the East is kind of weak. But
Yeah,
if Charlotte wins, that's what I'm excited about. Getting
yeah,
that Charlotte and
absolutely.
Detroit matchup with the fight that happened like a few months ago.
Yeah, so that's what we were talking
Like
about. We want that.
this is what I live for. It's going to be a great first round.
And
But
with Cates coming back from his injury and him being good, this will be definitely set up for a good matchup.
yeah, and then Boston will play
The
what?
winner of
Who's this one?
Sixers and
Yeah,
Hornets. Wait, no, they play. I'm sorry, no, the Boston already plays the Sixers. Never mind. I'm sorry.
yeah. I was going to say the Sixers won, so I thought they would just play the Sixers.
And Joel
It,
Embiid's out. No, for the Sixers still.
yeah, because he
Yeah,
had appendicitis. He had emergency surgery.
poor guy, man.
I don't know if he's going to come back or not. I haven't really seen an update on that.
Paul George, though. I mean,
Paul George has been balling,
in that last
and
stretch.
it's not the medicine that he got suspended for.
Playoff P
Those
might
were
be
just
back,
depression
chat.
medicines.
Yeah,
Yeah, but I don't know. I still think Boston would probably beat
yeah.
Philadelphia. But Tyrese Maxey, man,
He's been balling.
he's been balling for sure.
He's young. He's still young too,
But
so he's got.
I think they're too young and inexperienced to really beat that Boston team.
Yeah,
And I'll eat my words if I'm wrong. If somehow Philly pulls it out, sure, then my fault. But I don't like Philly because I'm not a huge Nick Nurse fan.
mm-hmm.
Um, but I like VJ Edgecombe. I like Tyrese Maxey. Paul George has grown on me a little bit. I wouldn't say I'm a Paul George fan though, and I don't like Embiid, but I love watching Maxey and Edgecombe play, so it makes me
Yeah.
want to root for them. But then I'm like, Nick Nurse coaches that team, so don't really want to pull for him too much.
My big thing was Joel Embiid playing, and of course we see that he probably will be out and not come back. That's just like the big daunting thing because that's the issue with him every year's injuries.
Yeah, but Andre Drummond has been filling in for him pretty nicely.
Yeah,
Dagger 3 the other day.
yeah.
That's crazy. Who would have thought Andre Drummond calls game on a 3-pointer?
I was like, excuse me, like I saw that clip and I was like, wait, let me go back. Andre Drummond, Dagger 3. That was funny. How do we Detroit, whoever they play, which will probably be the Hornets? I think they can make some noise. That
I
would
th-
be
I think Charlotte will be fun, but they kind of didn't look too great against Miami. I mean, they didn't look bad against Miami, but they barely beat Miami. So I
yeah.
think they could maybe get a game or two against Detroit, but I think Detroit still wins pretty easily.
Well, the Hornets can't have a shooting out like they did the other night with Miami because
No, they were
LaMelo
terrible.
on a terrible 3 point and
But
still had
if don't let Charlotte get hot.
no.
If you let Charlotte come out hot and they win that first game, they win a game in Detroit,
Mm-hmm.
they could potentially win the series. If somehow magically they come out hot, you don't want them to get hot because then they're almost unstoppable.
So speaking of being
I
hot,
mean, we
which
saw when they were on that big win streak in January
yeah, that
and
was the
how
best
good
team.
they've looked
Yeah.
since like
Uh, speaking of the Hornets, and having good shooting nights, Con Knipple, I mean, disappeared absolutely. I don't know where the heck he went on planet Earth. And
yeah, he was
what's
terrible.
crazy about it too is we'll get to that 65 revoke because of the 65 appeal thing. They kind of pushed back the voting ballots, and so that apparently that might have stuff to do now with the play-in. So we'll see how the Rookie of the Year case goes out, but it should be tight. But people are like,
Yeah, it can go either way. I think Khan, Knipple, and Cooper Flag both deserve it,
yeah,
but obviously only one person wins it.
absolutely. But I'm not going to be a bad
But I don't
bias.
think it's fair to do it based off the plan because Cooper Flag's not playing
Right.
and Khan Knipple is.
Well, and Sunday he got hurt, but thankfully it was the last game and not early in the season. So
Yeah.
I don't like that. It's fine, but yeah, Charlotte, like you said, if Charlotte takes game one, at least one of those two, it'll be a good series. They're both a young team, so that's something I'd like to see.
Yep.
Um,
I do think Cade Cunningham is better than LaMelo Ball, and I think he's better leading this team. But
absolutely. And he's got a good case for this. I mean, he just came back off of that collapsed lung injury, so he's looking forward to um take his team hopefully almost all the way. But we'll see
I
how they
don't
do.
think there's any reason Detroit shouldn't be at least in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Yeah,
Unless injuries.
yeah, of course
Injuries are the only thing I could see preventing them.
Because if they do win this first round matchup, it's either Cleveland or Toronto, and
And I think they'll be either Cleveland and Toronto.
absolutely, I would love to see another Knicks and Celtics matchup again in the second round.
That would be fun. All of that. The Knicks are such a weird team. They're like
Yeah, dude, they've been on and off, just like you said with Cleveland.
inconsistent.
They're
They're more
another team.
inconsistent than Cleveland, I feel like.
Yeah,
Even though they're the higher seed. Because it's like when the Knicks lost, they lost. They got badly.
mm-hmm.
At least Cleveland lost. Like, a lot of their losses that I watched were close. I watched a few Knicks games, and I'm like, ooh, they're kind of getting blown out.
Like one night, Jalen will go off, Cat will go off, Mikhail will go off. They'll all be playing great, and then a
The
game
problem
later,
is they don't all play good at the same time.
exactly.
That's the problem.
Cat will have an off night, and we'll be thinking, "Oh my gosh, the
And you
Knicks."
have to win now.
Absolutely.
You won't be able to afford to pay Cat, Michael Bridges, Josh Hart, Brunson, all those guys. And OG Anunoby. I know he already signed his extension like last year,
Mm-hmm.
but you can't afford to have all those guys on the roster at the same time.
And with the with the exit last year in the conference finals and the win mode, like you said, now it's like they have to. And uh, with Mike Brown being the new guy as the head coach, I mean they've been pretty okay this year, but they're kind of I don't know. To me, they didn't change
I
it
really,
really.
yeah, I really liked the Mike Brown signing at first, but he hasn't really impressed me. I don't think, like you just said, it doesn't seem like there's much of a difference other than the fact that the rotation
Yeah,
is bigger and you're getting more guys in there and getting more
because Thives
minutes.
is not running the same dude. Because it's not Thives running the same
Because you're
dudes
not running
every
a five-man rotation and
keeping
everybody's playing 40 minutes.
exactly. So that's that was the one thing that was
But they just feel like the same team,
really
but not better. Like they seem kind of worse in a way. So
well.
I don't know.
It's like we said. Their inconsistency. They can just be consistent instead of in. Then it should be
Yeah.
hopefully a good run. But we'll see how they
I
do.
fear though if they fall behind in a series, I don't think they'll come back. If they can get a game or two, I think they'll be okay. But they
Yeah,
don't play well under pressure.
yeah, absolutely not. So did we talk about Lakers Rockets? So people they've been saying
I
that if
don't care anymore.
yeah, I don't. Apparently,
I
Luca could come back if they go to 6 or 7,
No, he's
but
not.
it's not going to
JJ
happen.
Redick said that he has no timetable return for either one, and they're both out indefinitely. To me, that says, oh, they're not
Yeah,
playing
they're
the
not playing them.
Lakers.
So there's no point to bring this up because we already know how the
If
series.
Houston somehow doesn't win, fire everybody,
Even Ime.
including
Yeah.
even Ime Udoka.
Okay.
There's no reason you should lose this series to the Lakers.
No, absolutely, and that's why I didn't want to bring this up, but I kind of had to because it was Lake Show and LeBron, 40 plus year old leading
Yeah,
this team.
LeBron ain't good enough to carry that team by himself anymore. I'm sorry, he's not.
No,
The wheels are falling
this
off.
isn't
He's older,
2018.
and it's shown.
Absolutely, I mean he's not even the number one option anymore when Reeves and Luca are out there. So it's like okay, now he has to be the one option. Okay, who's the second? Kennard, Rui, DeAndre.
DeAndre Ayton.
And
No, none of those names. Marcus Smart, dude.
yeah,
Yeah,
I mean
okay.
he's dealing with the injury too, and I think he's
Well,
supposed to be
Marcus
back.
Smart has been. I didn't. He played 72 games this season. Where was that in Memphis, bro? Like you freaking bum. But yeah, Marcus isn't good enough to lead his team to a playoff series win.
Oh, speaking of that, and talking about the Clippers, your boy Darius Garland won't be in the playoffs, so you don't have to watch his bum self
Thank
play.
goodness. Although I can't lie, he has been playing pretty good as
Yeah,
of
I
late.
think he had a good game last night. It was fine.
He's been pretty good on the Clippers, I will say.
I think
Except not good enough to win
it's a better
in the
fit.
play-in.
It's a better fit for him in the Clippers.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, but so shoot, man, I just lost track of time. That was good stuff. So as the week goes on, there will be more games throughout the series. So depending on how they go, is when we'll talk about them. It could go 4-0, it could go 5 or in 5 or 6 or 7. So we'll finish up this last topic. So as you showed me earlier today, the NBA is decided to revoke or appeal the 65 game rule for Cade Cunningham and Luka Doncic. So how do we feel? I
Woo!
know.
I
Thank
love
you,
it.
Adam.
I'm so happy.
Thank you,
I'm
Adam.
actually super glad that they do that. Like, just because it's one game, it's a one game difference, and both of them have obviously had elite seasons. Luka won the scoring title. Cade Cunningham's played good enough. He needs to be All NBA. I don't think, probably not MVP. I think he's in the conversation for MVP for sure. But I
Hmm.
think obviously Luka, Shea, Wemby, all those guys were better and deserve it more.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I saw Wemby's only eligible because he played in the extra in-season tournament game, which makes him eligible.
Yeah.
Doesn't count towards the season stats or whatever, but makes him eligible for the postseason awards, which is weird to me. But I like it. I'm glad he's eligible because
Yeah.
he deserves All NBA
Absolutely.
team, Defensive Player of the Year, all that too. But I saw Ant had his request denied, and I think that's okay with me because he only played 62 games, whereas Luka and Cade only missed it by one. I know
Yeah.
Ant still had a great season, and obviously he still deserves to be All NBA, but there's a lenience difference between a 1 game and 3 games or 4 games. I'm pretty sure he played 62.
Yeah.
Plus, when he was, I don't know. It doesn't matter. I'm
Well,
just glad that Cade got it. That's what I'm the most happy about,
yes,
is that
absolutely.
Cade Cunningham is eligible for All NBA.
Uh,
Because he deserves it.
the issue of the thing with it is like a bunch of these guys, like we mentioned, these big names were like on the verge of missing it, like Luca was by 1 game or Ant by 3. It is just like they both had serious cases, but like I'm agreeing with you, Cade had his was more serious and it was understandable. So I'm glad that they were able to go through and be like, okay, we'll let you have those games back because
Yeah, plus some of the games Ant sat out for were stupid stuff.
yeah,
Cade Cunningham had a collapsed lung. Like, I think Ant missed a game for like some sort of pregnancy thing or something like that. Like, I don't.
some people will miss that. Yeah, but thank you, Adam, for actually you and your board of governors for doing something actually smart. Now, what does this mean for the rule entirely? Will it play favorites? I don't know, but um, a lot of people were like on Twitter. I was reading somewhere like, "Oh, what's the point of having this if you're just going to revoke certain players?" But it's just like they kind of had the case. I mean, like we said in the past with the rule, as long as they can like maybe upgrade it to where it gives players a more breathable timeline to like when to sit out, then I'm okay with that. But even
Yeah,
even though some of this stuff is legit,
I'm
so
I'm glad. I think they deserve it.
yeah,
Winning the scoring title and then not being eligible for All NBA team would be crazy.
yeah, because then you'd have some other people that kind of
Especially when you missed the cutoff by 1 game.
that's the part that's gut wrenching is when you hear 1 game, you're like, oh, so any of those games they didn't have to sit out, they could have just played. So
Yeah.
yeah, but so that's about it. We're gonna wrap up this episode. We're gonna have a great playoff weekend. Round one starts on Saturday. The last two playing games are tomorrow night. So Warriors and Phoenix and Charlotte and Magic. So we already got
Yep.
our, we already did our picks on those Magics and Golden State. I'll take Golden State over
I
Phoenix.
think Charlotte wins. And I think Phoenix wins. I don't
Phoenix.
think Golden State's that good.
Okay. Fair enough.
Unless Curry goes off for 50,
Look at
which is
Curry.
possible.
Look at Curry,
You
man.
you can't ever rule out Curry. That
Absolutely
man
not.
is built different. But
Yeah.
I do think Phoenix is better.
Yeah. Well, guys, you have listened to another episode of the KNC Sports Podcast. We're your co-hosts, Caden and Cooper, signing off. We'll talk to y'all later.